What is up, everybody? It's your boy Chris Cage coming at you 2 times, and we got a weekly race video for y'all today. Since the Realistix Cars were very, very furious that they have suffered a horrible loss in last week's weekly race, by the powers invested in me, I bring to you the Realistix versus Fantasy Cars rematch weekly race. If you do not know the rules of how the Realistix versus Fantasy weekly race goes, be sure you stop viewing this right now and go to Hot Wheels weekly race week 12, Saturday, March 24th, 2018, or something like that. You'll see the title pop up on the screen soon. So yes, the Realistix Cars have been waiting so long to get it on. And we're going to put these two dominant forces of Hot Wheels cars, dominant in power and also dominant in quantity as well. We picked 25 of the best realistic and fantasy Hot Wheels cars for them to go one-on-one for Hot Wheels supremacy. I think that's enough jibber jabber for one person speaking. Now it's time to get to the race and see which is going to be the dominant brand of Hot Wheels vehicles. Will it be Realistix, or will Fantasy Cars give the Realistix another L? Stay tuned. Round 1 is up next. Alright guys, round 1. Here you see the cars in the bucket. Here's what's going to be racing the Realistix. See any you like? How about the fantasy side? See any you like in here? You see the G-Case treasure hunt I got? Well, let's see who's going to be facing off against each other first. Well, it's deja vu all over again. Duster versus Twang Fang. It's time to see who is going to take it.
Winner, lane 4.
It's already not looking good for Realistix Cars. Twang Fang is moving on. Alright, we got the GTO taking on Overboard 454. I think I might have seen this one before, but in a different color.
Winner, lane 4.
Oh, it's starting again. We got Overboard 454, and he takes out yet another Realistix car. Alright guys, we got CRX taking on the G-Case treasure hunt Blitz Speeder.
Winner, lane 4.
Looks like it's going to Blitz Speeder. Here we go. We got Split and Image taking on 57 Chevy.
Winner, lane 4.
Split and Image makes it 4 for Fantasy Cars. It's already happening again. Realistix Cars, all 4 of them are out. And by the way, if you see that lurking in the corner, yeah, that's right. Real Riders Challenge is coming up soon. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, We need a realistic car to win. Let's see if Viper RT10 can do it as he takes on against the GT Racer. Well, faces the GT Racer. You know what I'm trying to say.
Winner, lane 3.
Viper RT10 makes it 1 for Realistic. Next up, Barracuda taking on Tail Dragger.
Winner, lane 3.
Plymouth Barracuda moves on. 2 for Realistic. Honda S2000 takes on Track Tune. Now, I don't know if you realize this, but Track Tune has been retooled. Not this one, but I have a clear one, or a clear red one in my collection that has the spoiler that is molded to the body. This one's the old one that we're racing.
Winner, lane 4.
Fantasy cars continue to dominate. Track Tune gets the win. Alright guys, we have the NSX, 90 accurate NSX, taking on the Hot Wheels 500s. And yes, judging by the wheels, it is a red edition. Sorry about the chipped paint in there. It has been out of its package since December of last year. Here we go.
Winner, lane
90 Acura NSX. We're gonna have the Dodge Charger drift car take on What's Up? What's up? Not much. Just out here racing.
Winner, lane 4.
If you do not like What's Up, then you're not gonna like this. He moves on and beats out the Charger. 2014 14 Corvette Stingray taking on Dual Fueler. Redo.
Winner, lane 3.
Right, 14 Corvette Stingray wins, but looks like he ran out of gas. Dual Fueler ran out of gas. But congratulations to the 14 Corvette Stingray, though. Alright, we got Fast Feline taking on Nissan Fairlady Z in white.
Winner, lane 3.
Fairlady Z. And it looks like he chalks one up for Realistic. And if you take a look right now, it's starting to even out here a little bit. 5 on 6. Next up, Bone Shaker taking on Oldsmobile Aurora.
Winner, lane 4.
Bone Shaker. I have a lot of Bone Shakers, by the way. Next up, Fantastique taking on Saturn Ion. And I really love the blue on this Saturn, though. You want to know what else I love on this Saturn Ion? Saw blades. Those y'all don't know, those are my favorite wheel types on any Hot Wheels cars. Fantastic had a good run, but it goes to Saturn Ion. It is a race. 7-on-6. Alright, here we go. We have the Custom 7 Ford Mustang, otherwise known as the 07 Ford Mustang, taking on Roadster.
Winner, lane 4.
Roadster moves on. I like this lowrider right here. That 59 Cadillac, but it's taking on semi-fast.
Winner, lane 3.
Looks like semi-fast didn't do a good job. The Custom 59 Caddy moves on. Got some Cadillac fans out there. And look at that. It has some guitar decals on it too. Looks pretty sleek. Pretty sleek, y'all. Alright, we have the 15 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat taking on Super Tuned. Redo. Look at that. Charger's upside down. Are we gonna have a finish here or not? Again. Here we go again.
Winner, lane 3.
Well, finally we got somebody who crossed the line, and it is the Hellcat. And guess what? It's a tie. We have some rare... Let me try that again. We have some rare cars facing off against each other. We have Zender Fact 4 and this guy on the left right here. Now here is how you really pronounce it. Get ready to listen. Unobtainium 1. Here's the name. As you see, it kind of looks flaky, so you can kind of see it. UNOBATANI. Okay, UNOBTANINUM1. It has a lot of U's, N's, and M's and all that. I ain't got time to spell all this, but basically it is pronounced Unobtainium 1. So if those y'all sitting there saying Unobtainium 1 or Unbotanium, no. It is Unobtainium 1. That's how you pronounce it.
Winner, lane 4.
Unobtainium 1 gets the win. 24 Hours is taking on Bisimoto. Ooh, that was close.
Lane 3.
Finish line says lane 3. Bisimoto ties it up. Bisimoto ties it. Lamborghini S-Stoke is going to be taking on HW Prototype 12.
Winner, lane 4.
HW Prototype 12 moves on and puts one up for the fantasy cars. Alright, so taking a look at this muscle speeder right here, it doesn't really look pink, it looks fuchsia almost. But it's taking on a Screamin', because it got that dinosaur right there. Blown Camaro. Whoa, that was a bad drop right there.
Lane 4.
It goes to Muscle Speeder, but that Camaro took a bad drop. Here he is. So yes, Muscle Speeder puts another one on the board for fantasy cars. Alright, we got a couple of classics here. We have Road Rocket taking on Cunningham C4R. And by the way, this Road Rocket right here is unlike any other, as if you shine some light on it, then it will glow in the dark, like so. Give me a moment here. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to shine some more light on it. Now I'm going to turn my flash off. That glows in the dark crazy. Alright, enough showboating. Time to see who wins.
Winner, lane 3.
I think maybe Road Rocket shouldn't have showboated that much because Cunningham just put one on the board for Realistix Cars now. Next up, Toyota Supra taking on Bad to the Blade. Na 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 bad. Okay, that was horrible. I know. But yes, Bad to the Blade, Toyota Supra. And by the way, that blade casting hasn't been seen in a mainline release or series in 5 years. As a matter of fact, it was a treasure hunt in the 2013 Q case. I have it, by the way. But let's race.
Winner, lane 4.
Goes to Bad to the Blade. Callaway C7 is taking on Head Starter. This is the 2018 release. How many of y'all think there might be a red edition of this one? Comment down below.
Winner, lane 4.
Head Starter is living up to his name as he had a head start and moves on to the next round. We have some North Talmal cars going up against each other. We have Salt Flat Racer taking on that Viper GTSR. Shout out to a fellow YouTuber who has Viper in his name. Viper HW, what's up?
Winner, lane 3.
Huh! Guess what? Your Viper has won! I believe we've seen these two before. Maybe not this one, but I have seen this one before. It's going to be Monte Carlo taking on 40-something.
Winner, lane 4.
40-something moves on. Round 2 is up next. And look at that. Way better than last week. Round 2, and as you can see, it looks fairly even up to this point. But it is fairly even. Now it's time to see who is going to face who next. Twang Thang looks to dethrone the RT10 Viper. Let's see if he can get the job done.
Winner, lane 4.
Looks like he got the job done. Barracuda versus Overboard 454. Looks like we have another win for fantasy cars here. We got a G Case Treasure Hunt taking on the NSX Red Edition. So yeah, Treasure Hunt versus Red Edition. This is going to be interesting here.
Winner, lane 4.
The G Case Treasure Hunt Blitz Speeder moves on. Sayonara to the Red Edition. Splitting Image taking on 14 Corvette Stingray.
Winner, lane 4.
Oh man, the Splitting Image moves on now. Fair Lady Z taking on Track Tune.
Winner, lane 4.
Track 2 makes it 5 in a row for fantasy cars. Here's how many fantasy cars are moving on so far. Here's how many realistic cars that are moving on. Where are they? Well, we do have one on the track, so let's go to the track right now. Ion taking on What's Up. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Looks like What's Up is moving on. I can't believe this. It's happening again. Things went from good to worse for real cars because fantasy cars are completely serving them up again. Let's see if the Cadillac can find a way to beat Bone Shaker. Bone Shaker's upside down, but he moves on. And there goes the Cadillac now. He is out of here. Hellcat versus Roadster. Roadster keeps the streak alive. Either Bisimoto, Cunningham C4R, or the GTSR Viper have to dethrone the fantasy cars streak. Because so far, fantasy cars are sweeping the real ones all the way off the track. Let's see if Bisimoto can put a dent in their plans. Look at that bad start. Unobtainium 1 continues the streak. HW Prototype 12 taking on Cunningham C4R. Looks like their streak is over, but Cunningham C4R has an impossible task in front of him. Alright, we got Viper GTSR taking on this Fuchsia Muscle Speeder. The Muscle Speeder moves on. We're going back to the Cunningham C4R. Let's see if he can beat Bad to the Blade. And he successfully defeats Bad to the Blade. He's moving on to his next challenger. Here's the situation for real cars right now. Cunningham C4R has to beat Headstarter and also 40 something to move on to the next round. Or if Head Starter or 40 something wins, then Fantasy Cars for the second week in a row dominate. Cunningham C4R is moving on. He's going to face 40 something. Coming up next. Here we are. Will we have a round 3? Or will Fantasy Cars dominate for a second week? That was close, and we are moving on to round 3. Cunningham C4R is taking them off one at a time. All right, round 3. Now, if any of y'all are pro wrestling fans, I'm pretty sure you heard this saying by a wrestler. One versus all. Yes, this one loathsome realistic card by the name of Cunningham C4R is taking on all of these fantasy cars in a one versus all type of situation here. He has to knock them all in order to get that big W for realistic cars. But if one of these fantasy cars wins, then that means that fantasy cars are dominant once again. Let's see if that Cunningham car got what it takes. Here he is, going up against Twang Fang. Looks like Twang, oh no. Just as I was bigging it up, looks like we have another failure once again. Congratulations to the Cunningham C4R, but Fantasy Cars, once again, are dominant. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it all started good in the first round. Realistix Cars and Fantasy Cars were neck and neck. Even though Fantasy Cars got the 2-up advantage, Realistic Cars had a good enough spot to win, but as soon as round 2 was underway, it started going downhill. We thought the Cunningham C4R was going to be the sole survivor, this guy right here. But instead, he was like the rest of the realistic cars, going into the breast of the bin with the rest of the losers. Well, let me start that over. Going back into the realistics bucket with the rest of the losers out there. So yes, congratulations to Fantasy Cars for once again being dominant on the 5-foot drag. I hope you like this weekly race video. Be sure you comment down below and be sure you subscribe if you are brand new. And also be sure to turn on the notifications bell as well. It's your boy Chris Cage, and I am coming at you 2 times. And we will see you at the next video. And also, don't forget, Real Riders Challenge is coming up soon. Stay tuned.